Welcome to episode 165 of the official Gamestitch Podcast. I'm Ryan Walton, and today we've got a full house.
Woo! That's a poker hand right there.
It is a poker hand. It's also a show
that has all the players. It's also a game with all the players, bitches.
It's also something you can get in Yahtzee.
You can get a full house in Yahtzee.
I'm joined by Dan Reamer and Matt Bowden.
Boom!
What up?
Yahtzee underrated.
Yeah,
No,
I
Yahtzee's
guess.
fun. No, I like Yahtzee.
Pass the pigs, that's where I'm at.
I'll tell you why I like Yahtzee. It's all fucking to chance.
Yeah, there's no skill. Zero skill. Yep.
No, because even if you're strategic in the die that you leave out, it's still it's a dice roll.
Mm-hmm. Don't you hate these fuckers that try to make it strategic, though?
I do hate people that put too much. It's fucking just throw the die, okay? You got a plastic cup just throw them.
Yeah, rattle it up so it sounds cool and drop it on the table.
Exactly. Because you know what? It's fucking fate is going to decide who wins this one.
Roger that.
But when you do win, do you feel like the Earth's kind of on your side?
No.
Nope.
Nope. Feel like it's like getting a shit shot in pool. You're like, all right, well, it
I'll
looked
take
cool,
those all
but
day.
I
I'm
didn't
like,
do it
meant to do it,
Bounces
bitches.
off. Yeah, bounces off 7 walls and hits the ball, goes in. You're like, yeah. Not really a superstar. I just fucking got lucky.
That's not true. Shit happens in Rocket League all the time, and people are like, yep. And you know that didn't mean to happen.
Is that at me?
I said everybody.
I haven't played Rocket League since the
Except
day
for
it
Matt.
came
Matt
out.
doesn't play.
Yeah.
Everyone that we typically play with has scored a goal at some point.
Hold on. To be fair...
And I put air quotes around that, to do that, and there's no fucking way.
No, here's the thing. I think none of us have the skill level to be able to do those things that we meant
You're super upset about
to
it
do.
and forgot
So when it happened, even though it was what you meant to do, it probably still shouldn't have gone down that way. I think that's more true than what you're saying.
Why would I not? No, because I would say like
every time I do
95% of the
something,
time.
that's what I'm meaning to do. The problem is the other 98% of the time I fuck it up. But the 2% of the time I manage to do exactly what I wanted to do. That's what I think. No?
I think that's everybody. I think that's honestly everybody.
Right, but what happens is that 95% of the time when somebody says I meant to do that, I believe that.
Oh, I do too. Because
It's just the rest of the time where I'm like, no fucking way.
I don't believe anybody.
We don't believe you.
That's true. We don't believe you.
Was that it? Was that it? You don't believe me, and that's it? That's the end of the statement?
I mean, that seemed like a logical place to stop.
All right, cool.
Just want to give you guys a quick heads up here.
Yep.
There's a little behind the scenes for all of our listeners, too. I think we're having some Skype issues, because you guys keep cutting out.
Yeah, I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it from you also.
Yeah,
so.
also.
Ah, awesome. I think it was Skype. I think it was a Skype issue. Hopefully we can get past this.
I mean, I think we're past it now.
I'll tell you
That's
what'll help out for sure is if I stop just browsing for PlayStation controllers.
Maybe.
I mean, probably treat this like it's important to you.
Right.
All right. Well, you know.
Right.
It's my time too.
When you wake up, you get on here, you think you'd want to make
You know
the
what?
best product.
You get on the horse or you drive over, or you fall over the cliff. Okay. Those
What
are
does
your
that mean?
options here.
That is weird.
I don't know what that means.
That's a weird one.
That means you get on board or you get the fuck out.
You get on the horse and you fucking fall over the cliff.
I don't know what that
or
means.
Or you fall over the cliff.
Okay, that makes more sense.
I don't know what any of that means.
I thought, why are you killing a horse?
Or.
Right.
It's because
Why
Matt's a
keep talking
jackass
about
doesn't mean you have to
horse?
kill a horse.
You're either all in or... What am I, Jack the Ripper?
I don't know.
Hope not.
They never found him.
No one said anything about killing whores.
Horses!
I did that on purpose. I meant to do that.
Killing whores still very illegal, though.
Oh, my God.
What? There's nothing wrong with what I just said.
No, there's not.
If Dan can say he's killing a whore, I can say it's illegal.
You said whores really loud and really angry.
Is there another way to say it?
You could try some tenderness. You know?
I'm tender.
Too. They need loving too.
I think you know me better than that.
You're not a whore lover?
I'm not a whore lover, I mean.
What is happening?
We're pulling the curtain back, Matt.
That's right.
This happens sometimes.
This podcast is off the rails.
We have our radio personalities and our real personalities. And the high-functioning sociopath part of us is coming out.
Oh, my God. Completely off the rails.
Hide.
This is entertainment. It's what this is. Open your mouth and just let it go in.
No. I don't want to be any part of this.
We're shifting it back on track. Dan, what did you play this week?
Busy week at work. Very busy week. Not only was I working a lot of hours, but I was exhausted. I think the last time I played was anything of significance was on Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, or Tuesday, maybe Monday. Whatever the last time was, we all played Rocket League. Was the last time I played anything significant, and it was Rocket League. Before that, last weekend, I did play a little bit more of Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2, and then I pulled out the Vita for some Big Fest, but really, there hasn't been anything new. I haven't played anything new, and I haven't played a lot this week, so that's me in a nutshell.
That sounds like everybody's week. Mine has gone very similar. It's been a lot of no gaming, not even cell phone gaming at work while nothing's going on. It's been a very slow week. The closest thing to doing any gaming I did was just taking some notes and doing a little bit of work on this game that I'm working on, where I'm starting to work on building a particle system, and then looking into network connectivity and seeing what it would take to play multiplayer online.
You got a name for your game yet?
Yeah, it's called tentatively.
Don't say it.
Should I drop the name?
No.
All right. Well, it's a really fun game. I won't describe the premise or anything, but it's just a 1v1 game. Think Nidhogg.
It's like Joust?
No, not so much like that, but think about how much fun you have with Nidhogg and how quickly you can play it, and that's kind of how this first game is going to go.
Okay.
So, pretty cool idea. And I don't know. I'll see if I can get it out by the end of the year. Who knows? But that's it. A lot of watching TV this week.
Well, I did watch some TV, but not much. Started to watch a little bit more of Fuller House. And I've started binge watching Young Justice.
Where are you at on Fuller House? Are you liking that?
Here's the thing about Fuller House.
I'm about 5 episodes deep right now.
Me too. I think the last one I saw was not the nightclub one, or the one where they all have to get in a tomato soup because they run into a skunk.
Okay, I didn't make it that far, but I did do the nightclub, so I think I stopped on the nightclub.
Okay. Here's the thing about Fuller House. It got eviscerated by all the reviews. The problem is I feel like the people who are watching it now aren't necessarily the audience it was made for. If you were a fan of Full House, you will love Fuller House.
Here's what I'll say, though. Look at the user score on Netflix.
Yeah, I know.
It's like a 4.5 out of 5 with a bazillion reviews.
The thing is that it's made for it is there strictly for the nostalgic factor. It is not to bring in new viewers. And the people, if you liked Full House, you will love Fuller House. It is the same thing with those characters grown up. It's exactly as advertised.
I do understand the people who are like, it's hard to get into, but anything would be that they brought back, because you were in a different time and space when you watched that.
Exactly. You know,
as a kid, this show would probably be so easy to jump into.
Uh-huh.
But as an adult, you have to be... I mean, yeah, there are some funny parts there.
I was really looking forward to the time, to our baby boomer time. You know what I mean? At the time where our generation became catered to, and everything that came out in the media was made for our age group, from to remind us of when we were kids, and clothes got back to that, and movies and TV. But all it is just remakes from when we were kids. Nothing's original and just a nod back to the era. Everything's just a shitty rehash of everything that we used to love, like this new Ghostbusters movie and Fuller House, and I mean, you name it, anything that's come out basically is probably I don't know, I would say 90% of the content that comes out that's meant to cater to our generation is garbage. It's just unoriginal garbage. And I really looked forward to this, and now I'm starting to hate it.
What, Fuller House?
Well, no, just like the content that's created for...
This whole concept, okay, I got it.
Yeah, you know, because like as your generation comes into its 30 to I guess 30 to 50 is when you're catered to, because you're now the financial backbone of the country, and they start to make sure that you're spending your money in all the right places. You know, I really just I thought it was going to be different, and I don't like it. I guess like what's being created for us is not what I imagined.
Well, I mean, do, but if you think about it, if you look at, I remember, what was it early 90s maybe? They did the same type of thing to that generation, because there was remakes of like, they did a movie remake of My Favorite Martian.
Oh, that is true.
See, so I think that's just like the normal cycle that those things take.
Yeah, a lot of the movies that we remember as kids that we loved are remakes of movies from like the 50s and 60s.
Right.
But I feel like they didn't. I feel like they didn't ruin them the same way they did like Ninja Turtles and Transformers and...
Well, no, because you're looking at it now as a 30-year-old as opposed to a fucking 8-year-old.
Yeah, I guess that's true. So does that mean that like my parents just...
Probably.
We would get home from the movies and put me to bed and they'd be like, fuck this shit.
That movie sucked.
That's exactly what happened.
It's probably exactly what happened, yeah.
Now, I want to give a small shout-out to video games, because I think they do a better job of rehashing those things we love and making them new.
Yeah, new retro is fantastic.
Yeah, and I think they do a good job with it too.
Yeah, new retro gaming is brilliant.
Yeah, so
but
I don't want to dismiss all entertainment as not being able to do that properly.
Yeah. I can't wait for Windbreaker Pants to come back in the way that they did in the early 90s.
Oh my god. Their tight roll? I can't wait to tight roll.
Oh my god, you can do that now, dude.
You can wear the windbreaker pants too.
Yeah, nobody will understand it yet, though. It's not a fashion thing.
They'll hear you coming, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking thighs starting to fire on the way up.
Nobody's a ninja in windbreaker pants.
Right.
It's like being in a snowsuit.
Yeah.
Right. The only reason you bought them was so you could slide across the gym floor, but then you'd rip a big hole in them from the friction, and you got the shit beat out of you because your mom just bought them the day before.
Wow, what's happening to your house?
Is that just me? Happened on more than one occasion.
Well.
Yeah. Starter jackets are on the way, don't worry.
How about you, Ryan? How'd your week go?
Very similar to you two. I did not play very much. I did not play my PS4 past Tuesday. And I play the Vita off and on throughout the week, but it was for probably less than 20 minutes at a time. So just a little more Taco Master, some more Farming Simulator, and just a baby amount of Rocket League. I mean, work is crazy for me right now. A lot of extra duties.
Yep, me too.
So it's been tough to find time, but I need to, because I can tell how much more stressed I am.
Uh-huh. No kidding.
And I don't think it's because of the extra assignment, because I kind of had that last week and I was still feeling all right.
But you could unwind because you had the video games.
Right, and I didn't make time this week, and that's on me, and I got to correct that.
And that's what a lot of people don't understand about me, is that is my de-stressor.
Right.
That is how I de-stress. That is how the weight of the world does not break me. If I don't have video games, I'm just ready to snap. So...
I'm the same way. I mean, I totally get that, because I can tell a difference in me last week and me this week from not playing.
Oh, yeah, me too. So. Part of it, too, is I'm really excited for the Division. I'm waiting for it to come out. So I really want that to... I'm really looking forward to Tuesday. So, that's it. All
right, let's jump into the headlines.
All right,
we're going to start with Xbox Live Games with Gold for March 2016. Another fantastical lineup. I know fantastical isn't really a word, but I decided to make it a word for this because I think it fits.
I think it just means something else. I thought fantastical meant like dragons and stuff.
Of a fantastic nature?
Yeah. So I guess it does apply. You're right.
For the Xbox One, for March 2016, we have Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishment, which retails at $29.99 and it's going to be free for the entire month. Lords of the Fallen, which retails at $39.99, will be available as a free download from March 16th to April 15th.
Before we move on, I want to question that estimated retail price.
For which one?
Yeah. Lords of the Fallen.
Lords of the Fallen, I don't think is $40.
I think it's $29.
Okay, you can find that game for $40. I don't think traditionally you would see that in many locations still for $40. But yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
But I'm sure that's what they charge on. I'm sure these prices, these estimated retail prices, are coming from the Xbox store.
Yeah, the digital price. Yeah,
yeah,
I agree.
The digital pricing, and so that's how they're making it seem like a better deal than it is. It's good to see they still are able to use their sketchy math so that March 2016 somehow manages to include the first 2 weeks of April.
Right.
For the Xbox 360, we have Supreme Commander 2 with an estimated retail price of $29.99. It will be free through March 15th. And then on March 16th, Xbox Live Gold members can download Borderlands, which has a retail price of $19.99 for free through March 31st. Those are your Xbox Live games with gold for March 2016 and the first 2 weeks of April.
It really chaps my ass that they list the price.
Why's that?
It's to look at the value we're giving you.
Yeah.
Oh, you think it's like they're trying to show off?
So yeah, let me just a little clarity for everybody out there. I pull the free games for March from this is Major Nelson's post here, and then for PS4 I take it straight from the blog. From PlayStation blog. So these are from the actual source.
Right.
And it bothers me that Microsoft feels the need to tell you how much they're giving you. As if they're justifying why you should have this.
Right.
It would bother me just as much if Sony did it. I don't want anyone to think I'm playing favorites.
I understand why. And part of that is also probably because those prices aren't right.
I think that might be what bothers me too, is because I could go to GameStop and probably
pick up Lords of the Fallen for $14.99.
With the exception of Borderlands, I could probably buy all those for less than $20.
Yeah,
or less than not $20, less than whatever they say they are.
Dude, that's the first Borderlands. You can pick that up for $9.99.
Yeah, I think Borderlands 1 is like $10 right now.
Okay, and Supreme Commander 2, I've got to think it's probably $20, not $30.
Yeah,
it's a good game. I bought Sherlock Holmes Crime and Punishment, I think, for $20.
Yeah, I think that game was $29.99 when it came out.
And I bought it it did come out at like $50.
It came out, I think, was it?
Me and Dan waited for the
50?
price to drop. Isn't that the game we were waiting for the price to drop, or that was Murder?
You're talking about Murder, Soul Suspect, yeah.
I think I also have Sherlock Holmes.
You have one of the Sherlock Holmes. I don't know if it's Crimes and Punishment.
I buy so many games that I should not buy. PlayStation Plus free games for March 2016.
These games are so good.
So the games you voted on, the community helped pick this one, but the first free game for PS4 is Broforce. The second PS4 game is Galaxy, which looks awesome.
Those two games alone are probably what I need to start playing games again.
PS3 is going to get The Last Guy and Super Stardust HD.
Wasn't Super Stardust HD free like a million years ago?
It's been free a couple times, I think.
Okay, because I already had it. So
and the Vita is going to get Flame Over and Reality Fighters.
Yep,
fair enough.
So
at least they're getting something.
The first month, and as long as I can remember, there are no cross-buy titles.
Nope.
Everything is system specific this month for PlayStation.
And there is also no I guess you would call them A-list titles. Most of these are independent games.
Yeah. Galaxy, though, getting a lot of positive buzz.
Galaxy and Broforce both look fan-fucking-tastic.
Broforce is multiplayer.
Now, Reality Fighters is not very good for the Vita.
So isn't that the one where you got to take a picture of yourself?
It's not very good.
Yeah.
Broforce is very much that like retro shmup platformer kind of a thing.
Yeah, retro.
It's all pixel
style.
art. It looks absolutely awesome. It kind of looks like Super Time Force, but more like Rambo influenced.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like Expendables meets Super Time Force because they're like washed up action heroes.
Yeah, and it's got a little bit of that Rogue's Legacy in it, if I remember reading correctly. And then Galaxy looks like, every spaceflight game that there ever was. which is great because those are fun.
People very high on Galaxy.
Galaxy, I don't think I know.
Now, The Last Guy and Super Stardust is a solid PS3 lineup if you don't have those.
Yeah,
yeah. Super Stardust is fantastic.
The Last Guy was really fun too.
I never
is
played
Galaxy?
The Last Guy. Galaxy is like think like Defender, but you can. I'm trying to think of a good.
That's why
but think of,
it's
but it's not,
so it's a
it's not just
Starship
side
shooter?
to side. Yeah, it's like that. I'm trying to think. What's that game, Brian, where you could flip back and forth between the red and the blue to avoid the bullets?
Yeah, I
that's
can't.
To me, that's what it reminds me of, but it doesn't have that game mechanic. But like the world manipulates in 3D, but you're always flying in a 2D plane.
Right.
And you're just shooting the antenna array off of the ship that's flying by and stuff like that. It looks really freaking awesome.
Yeah.
But it's one of those throwback titles to games that we had in the arcade, back in like 89 through 93 when arcades were a thing.
Again, an old idea rehashed in a new way.
Yeah. The Last Guy looks fun. I should play that too.
That's a fun game.
Yeah.
So that's your PlayStation Plus free games for March.
Yes.
So yeah.
Minus prices because they didn't feel the need.
Right. They're all free. So
Well, I mean, they
That's
didn't need
the
to tell
price.
you what it would have cost.
right. No, there's no need because you can get them for free.
All right.
Price is free.
It is free.
What's happening right now?
What do you mean what's
Where-
happening?
What do you mean?
Nobody's going to the next thing.
It's because
No
I no
Man's
longer
Sky.
know what's happening.
I was just gonna do it. What?
Why didn't you do it when there was 45 seconds of dead air?
Because I like the dead air. It's creepy. It's what gave us kind of like a Welcome to Night Vale type thing.
How good is Welcome to Night Vale?
It's good.
Yeah, it is.
You know what else you got to listen to, Matt? We're podcast shout outs here. You got to listen to Junk Food Cinema.
All right, let me write it down.
It's all cult classic and B movies.
Junk foods. Got it. Okay. Okay.
So good.
Junk food cinema.
It's from
Sounds good.
Film School Rejects is the website you can find it on if you need to. But that's the podcast. Comes out every Tuesday, and they just cover like some classic movies.
Welcome to, or was it Class of Nukem High? What is the name of that movie? Surf Nazis.
Surf Nazis Must Die.
Yeah, Surf Nazis Must Die. What a good ass movie.
No Man's Sky launching June 21st on PS4. Hello Games has confirmed that No Man's Sky will be available on June 21st for $59.99 on the PS4 and the PC. Beyond being available for purchase separately, IM8-Bit announced that the PC version of No Man's Sky will receive a collectible Explorers Edition limited to 10,000 copies. Available for pre-order, this will include a digital copy of the game, as well as a hand-painted 8-inch space replica from the game, and a mystery item to be revealed at a launch. The set will be available for $150 exclusively from IM8-Bit. PlayStation 4 fans can also look forward to a special edition. What did I just fucking say?
Try it again. Try harder.
PlayStation 4 fans can also look forward to a special edition, which, as listed by GameStop, includes a copy of the game, a steelbook case, 48-page art book, exclusive comic book, dynamic PS4 theme, and a starter pack including a ship boost, bonus resources, and an in-game weapon blueprint.
So,
We finally have a release on it.
right, which is big news. But also this week we got some news from the guys over at Kinda Funny. They did an interview with what's his head from Hello Games, one of the creative leads on this game.
What's
And
his
this,
head?
Yeah, I can't remember the guy's name to save my life right now.
Let's go with what's his head. It's fine.
The multiplayer aspect of this game. This blew my mind and changed whether or not I was about to buy it. So there is multiplayer, but the multiplayer is more akin to a game like Journey. You can't like group up and go explore together, and you can't group up and explore. Like you can't, like you and I, like the three of us can't jump in and explore one planet together. But there is a slim chance, like very slim that one day you might run across a planet that I discovered first and named. Which sounds absolutely not fun.
I mean, I think in that interview you can see, and also his name's Sean Murray.
Thank you, Sean Murray.
You see that it's not about, it's about finding like yourself as you find this universe. Like, it's not about multiplayer.
Yeah, but
so I think the problem is everyone had these expectations. You also can't upgrade your ship and blow a planet up either, which is something people want to do. You can't destroy a planet.
I'm okay with not being able to destroy a planet. Like, I get it that the
but a lot of people aren't. A lot of people wanted that.
I gotta admit, I was kind of looking forward to blowing up Metropolis.
Yeah, like, I mean, I get it. Like, it would be cool. Like, I don't think that a planet should ever be able to be erased, right? Like, but if Dan came in and decided to, like, exterminate a species, right? Like, if I had, like, a cat animal on my planet and they were all called, like, Patrick Stewarts, and you decided to kill every Patrick Stewart you could ever find, and then the next person that came to the planet looked at the log and all the Patrick Stewarts were extinct. It's an animal that used to live on this planet, but it never existed. It doesn't exist anymore. You'll never see another one except for in like a log. Like, that's a pretty cool idea.
I was really looking forward to fulfilling my lifelong dream of being an intergalactic poacher.
Well, and
you still can be on your game.
My
it takes
idea
the fun out of it, though. There's no real thrill there.
I guess the thought that I had in my mind, like the idea of just landing on a planet and exploring it and then jumping back in the ship and going somewhere else seems fun, but it only seems fun if I can do it with you guys.
Yeah, to me, there's nothing hurt with these announcements. I mean, I think the problem that No Man's Sky suffers from is that they announced way too early, and so many expectations were built.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are people who are upset there's no building. There's people upset there's no PvP combat, that there's no space combat. There's none of these things that people in their head thought they were going to get.
Well,
but they were super shady with releasing details too. I mean, they're still. I really don't know what the game. Like, I know you can you collect resources and you upgrade, but I don't know to what end. Like, I know you can upgrade weapons, you upgrade your ship so that you can go farther and deeper.
Is there an actual story-based mission there, or are you literally just wandering around the galaxy?
The whole point is to get to
things?
the center of the universe, but nobody knows why.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know, but I'm still very excited about this game.
I am too. I think it's going to do something new.
But I want to shift back to the actual story itself, the collector's editions. The PC one is awesome.
It looks really cool.
It's expensive, but the ship is cool as hell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but are you willing to drop $150 on a game that is 100%, well, not 100%, but almost 100% unknown as to what the point of the game is, whether or not it's actually going to be good?
If it was on PS4, I would have pre-ordered it yesterday.
Wow. This is a game that I won't buy on the first day, and I probably won't be looking for a collector's edition unless I fall in love with it at a later date. There's too many unknowns as to what this title is, and all of my expectations for what I thought the game was going to be have been.
But this is right in my wheelhouse. I understand where you're coming from, but it's right in my wheelhouse. I love games where all you do is explore.
Oh, I like exploration games too, but to me, the idea that there is a community that I can't access, if it's supposed to be an exploration game that's centered around me, then don't include multiplayer. I don't give a fuck if I can ever.
But I kind of think they didn't include multiplayer. I mean,
don't tell me that I can find Planet Dan if I just search the planets long enough. Just don't put Planet Dan in my game. That's in Dan's game, and
the only
mine's in
thing
my
that
game.
I think he said was that you will have the ability to name some things. But he also said it's like a 0.012% chance that you'll ever encounter a planet that someone you know has been to. Like, it's super low.
So there's no multiplayer, basically.
Right.
There's no player interaction at all, is what that means to me. There's nothing about it. And to me, if you're going to make a sandbox game, this is the problem with Fallout 4. This is the problem that Skyrim had. This is the problem with every game that's open world sandbox that Grand Theft Auto did perfectly. If it's open world and there are upgradables, you have to be able to show it to people. Why have ship customization if I can't drop it down beside you and go, look at my ship? How cool is that? And you can go, yeah, that's really cool, but look at mine. There's no purpose to ship upgrades unless it's to show somebody.
I disagree with that. I mean, if it changes the way I play the game, I'm totally fine with it. And it does. So in the beginning, you can't get outside of your solar system, I think. And then after, as you upgrade your ship, you can go deeper into space.
Further.
Yeah.
Sure, but you're talking about leveling up, and that's different. That you're talking about like upgrading
that's
Master Sword.
upgrading your ship so that you can do those things. You have to collect resources in order to have that.
Yeah,
so
but you're talking about
your ship.
But you're talking about getting the next level of the Master Sword in a Legend of Zelda game so that you can kill a tougher enemy. That's all that is. You're not talking about ship customization. You're talking about a staggered progression through the game.
That appears to be what it is in this game. You collect resources in order to upgrade your ship just like anyone else would.
Right, but it's not like a cosmetic ship upgrade.
I don't believe so.
Right.
I mean, yeah, you'll see the thruster on the back, but so will everyone else that gets it.
Yeah.
I mean, like Mass Effect 1 and 2 had customization for your character, and that was a single-player game. That was for you. That was for the player.
Yeah, and I think we're getting off topic. This game will have to come out, and everyone will have to see what it means to them. But
I think
I'm very disappointed that the PC Collector's Edition does not come over to PS4 because I think the PS4 got shafted on the Collector's Edition.
we'll just buy the PC Collector's Edition and sell your code to somebody for the same price as the game costs.
No one's going to pay $60 for that digital code, I don't think.
Why?
Because anyone that wants it's going to go buy it. So you have to find
maybe.
a guy who's wanting to pay full retail. Who
I don't
just
know.
doesn't want to go to Steam and buy it. I mean, I think the odds of that are tough.
I might pay you $19 for it, $20.
But see, then I'm paying way too much for that. I mean, they value the ship at $130.
Okay, so what do you value that collector's edition at?
I'd say
$150?
the ship is probably worth $60 to $70 to me. I mean, there's some other stuff that comes with it. It's not just the ship, but the ship is the only thing that I really want.
Right.
Like if they took the PS4 and they kept everything the same with it, and they just included the ship and they charged $120, I mean, that would be awesome. But I would buy the PC one if it just came with the PS4 game. I would buy it, even if it came with only the digital copy.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about this game, and I don't worry that I won't enjoy it. It seems like the kind of game that I want. But I've also been really careful to not place any expectations on this game. I never really knew what it was. I still don't.
Me too.
Yeah,
I've watched, other than what we watched at E3 and Sony's press conference, I haven't watched videos or anything.
I think that's the mistake that I made. Was I expected an exploration game that I could play with you guys that had elements of Minecraft, that had elements of, I don't know, because the idea of flying a spaceship with you guys sounded great, and now it's gone.
And I don't think you're alone in that. I think a lot of people did that. Mm-hmm. But that goes back to them being really shady with details and announcing really early.
Yeah.
So
Hopefully they add multiplayer.
He said
real fast.
nothing is definite, but those things are not here at launch.
Right.
He also said that about the ability to destroy planets and things like that.
Yeah.
What they don't want is for people to ruin everything, and then you never get to see some of the things that exist in the game.
Mm-hmm. Which is why the destruction is taken out.
So they have to find a way to balance those things.
Yeah, but I mean, if there are infinite planets, then there are some
they
things
should
you'll
do?
never see no matter what.
They should give everybody jobs, or you could pick a job.
Space
if there's
jobs.
if there's people blowing up planets, you could be an intergalactic bounty hunter or an
Yeah, but no one's
going to
fucking pick up trash. This is always the problem when you give people, when you let them pick jobs. Nobody's going to take the shit jobs.
I'll take the
Right.
shit job. I'll pick up trash.
Right. Nobody would be a janitor if they had $1 million.
Yeah, nobody wants. Yeah, exactly. No one wants to clean shit up.
Yeah.
I'm excited about this game. June 21st. He was also still very dodgy on
VR support.
VR support. So
Yeah. He basically said yes, but he didn't say the word yes.
he said.
It's
He said
something
that-
we're still working on. Blah blah blah.
No, he said No Man's Sky would be a game that sounds great in VR, but people need to remember they are a very small team.
Yeah.
But he said it smiling the whole time. like you motherfucker, I can't believe you put me on the spot like that.
No,
now
no,
I'm going
man.
to think of how to dodge this question.
Next story.
All right. I would like to point out before you start this
my
that
God.
I called this 3 months ago.
A
What? Oh yeah, you did.
new release date for Uncharted 4.
Got pushed back 2 weeks.
This comes by way of PlayStation Blog and Sean Layden. So, coming from the top CEO
It's real.
of Sony Computer. The date shifts again to May 10th now. Mm-hmm. So it shifted out of April
So expected,
into
though.
May. But this time it only shifted by 2 weeks. and I don't know. I mean, this
What the
doesn't
hell?
shock me.
No, but
Nobody's-
what do you do with an extra 2 weeks?
So
really?
this apparently is so that they can get the worldwide launch all synced up because they weren't coming out at the same time everywhere.
That makes sense.
They
makes
want
sense, yeah.
one launch that they can just take care of everything. And apparently 2 weeks is what it was going to take in order to do that. But, I mean, people can only take so much. Our hearts are only so strong.
Yeah, but how many Uncharted games have come out that haven't had like 3 date pushbacks? You know,
Right. And how many have come out that sucked?
none. Exactly.
No.
They can push Uncharted and Grand Theft Auto, and like some games you can push them back as much as you fucking want to, and
yeah.
people are still going to be frothing at the mouth when it comes out.
Oh yeah.
This is just one of those games that it's expected, and you almost welcome it because you
Yep.
know it's going to be better for it.
Speaking of which, Mass Effect Andromeda pushed back to Q1 2017,
Right, and nobody's mad about that.
and I'm not mad about it a bit because I
Right.
But will
want that
people be
game to be good.
disappointed if it pushes back 2 more times?
I won't be. I'm sure there will be some who are. I won't be.
However, if you can't wait for your Naughty Dog, for your Uncharted, it's open beta this weekend.
Yes, it is.
Won't do you any good when you listen to this podcast,
No, it'll be over.
but you could be playing it right now instead of.
Have you guys played
on
any of
this
that?
Podcast. No, I have not. I've not had my
Me
PS4
either.
on since Tuesday.
Yeah, I don't intend to partake in anything of that game until it comes out.
I'm going to play.
We spent so much time in the Uncharted 3 multiplayer beta to get nothing for it that I just decided not to. with
Yeah, I
this
got
one.
joy out of it, but
Yeah, I mean, I had a good ass time with that subway stuff,
I'm going to be playing it today.
but no thanks.
I
Whoa.
might be. Not sure.
I'm going to play.
I don't know.
I don't know if it sounded like this to anybody else, but it just sounded like Dan phoned in from the International Space Station. I heard a beep. It sounded like you were in outer space. And
No,
then
it was
you came
normal.
back to normal.
Yeah, it was normal.
I'm a
It
Martian.
sounded so cool. It went boop. And then it was just completely normal again.
Yeah, I'm going
It
to
was
try it.
so-
I want to see what they've done with the multiplayer.
I may give it a shot. I don't know. Hitman Open Beta was this weekend too, I believe, for PS Plus members.
Hitman's got a really cool.
I thought that was last weekend.
I think it's this weekend.
But Hitman has a really cool structure for their new game. It's going to be episodic release over the course of a year,
I don't
which
know
is
if that's cool structure.
That means Matt
I like
hates, or
that.
that means Ryan hates it.
yeah.
yeah. But I think that's a really cool idea to treat it because
To get some money before the game's ready.
Well, the game they're calling it like a season, like the game comes out in seasons, like a television show.
Right.
A game like Hitman, that kind of makes sense. I don't, I wouldn't necessarily want that for like Gran Turismo or like.
See, they should be labeled as contracts. Contract 1. Contract 2.
What I mean, it should
Instead
be
of
like
episode
each,
1 or episode 2.
right? Like
should be
season 1
contract
is
1.
contract 1. Yeah.
All right, you're right, Dan. Last weekend was closed beta. This weekend is open beta.
Okay,
think-
yeah.
I guess my question for that is, are they like 20 hours worth of gameplay per contract or per episode,
Oh, I
or
highly
is
doubt it.
Or is it like a 2-hour thing, and then you have to wait another month to get the next 2 hours of the game?
It's probably like 6 or 7 per.
Yeah, I'm
I
interested
don't
to
know,
see
I
how
think,
that goes.
I
though.
think
I think it's a
each
cool idea.
episode is going to have a couple of different contracts in it.
Hopefully, it doesn't get too repetitive.
I think episodic can be done right, but I think most people just use it to bail themselves out.
Could be, yeah.
That's
Maybe
why.
Hitman's going to change the game.
Which
I mean, I'm not opposed to that. I just think it has to be done the right way, and so many times you see
Right.
people use it because their game's just not ready.
the best I've ever seen it used was with Life is Strange.
I mean, that's the way Telltale does it too. I think it's fine for them. It's fine for those kind of games because they are releasing like a show.
Right.
But I don't think it works for like full on retail games. I don't think it makes any fucking sense for. I don't like
I
it.
can understand that.
I don't like
I
it.
can understand that.
I mean, I would prefer all of those games just come out and be here's whatever it costs and here's the full game. But I think it does make more sense for the ones that are trying to tell you a strong story versus, for me, Hitman's always been a game about gameplay, not about the story.
Right. But are you a Hitman fan?
I'm not a Hitman fan, but I'm not the world's biggest fan. By
So,
any
like,
stretch.
say Uncharted did something episodic. Would you
Oh,
be
it would
mad
piss
at
me
that?
off so hard. Oh yeah,
Okay.
I'd be livid. I probably would have had to skip this podcast if they announced that.
What if it meant that Uncharted lasted
It doesn't
A
matter. It's
year.
not how I want my Uncharted.
X amount of hours longer, though?
No.
You pay the same price, but you get to play Uncharted for double the amount of time.
It's not how I want to play Uncharted.
Right.
Yeah, I guess.
Uncharted
I don't
for
know.
me is the game that I want to turn on, and I want to get the room right, and I want to get the sound right, and I want to play that game at my leisure.
I don't like the idea of somebody pacing the way that I play the game, but I like the idea of them pacing the way that the story is told to me, if that makes sense. So
I do.
instead of them like trying to make a level that is all cutscenes and all story, like show me, like, I don't know how to explain it right. Like, let me play to the point where you think that, okay, well, that's where this part of it ends, and then build up some excitement for me to the next part instead of giving it to me immediately. Like, that's a cool concept. I don't think it works for everything, but I think some games would be benefited by it. I think Metal Gear Solid 5 would have done great to have the chapters of the game released episodically because of how you can basically play each part of that game infinitely.
Right, but I would have never played that if that would have been the case. Like, I needed to sit down with that game and get all I could get out of it.
Yeah, but I mean, you never played past chapter 1, right?
Right,
So
right,
if
but I would
chapter 2
have
had been
never
released
even bought it if I knew I was only getting chapter 1. Like, I have the whole game, even though I didn't choose to play any more than that.
I think you're missing part of the game.
The other problem is, well, yeah, I'm missing like 75% of the game, but I'm never going to play the rest of it.
No. I think that there is a DLC coming that is a third chapter to that game.
Right, I mean, that's fine, but what I'm saying is, like, I would not have purchased that had I known I was only getting a third of it or whatever.
Well, I mean, Ground Zeroes is kind of like the first chapter of it, and then
Yeah, but I waited to pick that up till it was like $10.
And
Yeah,
that was
I
too
mean,
much.
I think
Well.
that the Ground Zeroes was a test to see if they could structure the game like that, and it wasn't received well at retail. But I think it was a good idea. I think Metal Gear Solid 5 would have been easier for me to absorb that way.
The other main concern for me with Episodic is I know what I'm doing today. I don't know what I'm doing 6 months from now. So, you know, maybe I have lots of time to play now, and I love Episode 1. And Episode 2 comes out in a month, and it's not as good. And I had to really try to quit playing what I was playing to play. Then when Episode 3 comes out, I'm balls deep in a game that I love. I could see me skipping Episode 3 and then never going back and never finishing those. Whereas if I could have sat down and played all at once, I know whether or not I have time to play that game.
I can see that too. You got to be careful about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just dependent on the game. I think the game, the story that's trying to be told and what the game is would dictate that. But I don't think it's a scary thing that gamers should be afraid of. I think it's something that's more than just story games should take advantage of it. And I think Hitman might be onto something. It's a cool idea.
All right, moving right along. PlayStation 4's 3.50 update offers new social features such as friend online notification. You want to know the moment your friends come online? Well, with this update you can, as we've added an option to be notified when members of your friends list sign on the network. You can now appear offline, so you can just go to the notifications, so even if you're online, no one can see you're online. I don't know why I took this 3.5% of an update to do it, but here we are. User-scheduled events. You can set up a play date. They've added the ability to schedule a future gameplay session with your friends on the system. When the event starts, users who registered for the event will automatically be added to a party so you can start playing right away.
That's fucking
That's a
weird.
cool idea.
That's weird.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It
I like
might
that
be
idea.
awesome if we ever had a game that was like that, but ours are so like, hey, if you
Right.
jump on, we'll be playing.
Right.
Yeah, but I could see how. I mean, there might be a game to come out, Uncharted 4 multiplayer, for instance. That could be one of those things where we're all going, hey, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, we're all going to be online.
Yeah, but if
And
you leave your
all we
party
had-
open, then everyone can just join willy-nilly anyways.
Well, yeah, but I mean, hopefully you can set the parameters that it's a private party, only these 4 people are invited, and then you
Right.
just
So
all you
Ryan,
have to do is make sure
so like
your
when
console's
you
on.
set the party, Ryan, we could all just jump in.
Yeah.
I'll quit doing that because you guys couldn't, and now you always start a private one, and I can't join.
But wouldn't it... I guess the idea is if the console's on and we said, hey, we're all going to play at 8, and like 5 minutes to 8, it parties us all up, and all we have to do is jump on.
I'm watching the end of Fuller House, and it cuts it off and puts me in a party, and I'm like, I'll never fucking do this again.
Yeah, but what if it just did it in the background? Like, it just partied you up in the background 5 minutes ahead of the time that you intend to start the game, and then all you do is got to fire the game up and put your headset on. That's a cool idea.
It is. Play together. This feature allows all members of a party to see what each person is playing so that you can easily join a friend's game or start a new game together.
This should have already been there, too.
I kind of think this already... I mean, how does that not exist?
In a certain sense, it exists. It just doesn't exist. I don't know. Other new system features. Remote play. We're bringing PS4 Remote Play to Windows PC and Mac. This feature won't be available to test in the beta, but you can look forward to it soon.
This is great.
Dailymotion. With this update, you'll be able to live stream directly to Dailymotion on PS4.
Thank God.
It will also support archiving live broadcasts like they do for other streaming services.
I was about to flip my fucking shit about Dailymotion.
Waiting for that Dailymotion support.
Yeah, but that PC Remote Play is pretty badass. Right? Am I right?
There can't be too many
Did you guys get invited to this beta?
No.
Yeah, I signed up for the beta, yeah.
Okay.
I signed up for it, but I haven't gotten the...
I think that beta invites actually already went out, so if you didn't get one, I think you aren't getting one.
Well, God
yeah, they
damn
did
it.
already go out.
Yeah.
Because I got one.
Yeah.
Well,
I signed
shit.
up, but I did not get one.
They always give me their beta stuff.
Yeah, I guess the $15K I spend a year on Sony products isn't enough.
Right, fuck us, right?
Right.
Apparently you spend too much. Apparently you got to spend more along 10 or 11.
Yeah, they're just not worried because they know I'll fucking get it, you sons of bitches.
And I'm kind of on the fence.
You're getting a call
apparently.
after this podcast, Shuhei.
I'm apparently on the fence, so they got to keep me coming back.
At
'Cause I
YoSP
get
on Twitter,
invited to,
hit him
like,
up, let him
all
know
their
we're
betas
disappointed.
all the time. Every update I sign up for, update beta they give me.
Yeah. Oh, they
so
give me something too, a big fuck you.
It's a very minor update. I do like the friend online notification. It wasn't something I thought I wanted until I didn't have it. And then I had to constantly keep stopping and hitting the PS button and going to my friends list to see if Ryan was on yet.
It would be really cool if you can tell it like specific friends that you want to know if they're online. I'm sure it won't work that way. It'll just be a blanket for everybody. But it'd be really cool if you could just select, like, if I could just select you guys, and then when you popped online, it would give me a little notification.
Yeah.
But I don't think it works that way. It would be cool if it did, but I don't think it does.
Okay, so this last section we're going to go over kind of quickly. If something is interesting, you stop me and we can talk about it a little bit.
Okay.
Because there's not many details. These are just headlines. I'm just going to graze across.
Okay.
Star Fox Zero for Wii U is going to come with a second game called Project Guard.
Great.
Super Mario Maker is getting more items, including keys.
Too late.
Fire Emblem Shin Megami Tensei crossover gets an official U.S. title.
What is it?
The U.S. title is strange. It is... Let me get to it here. It is Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
I like it.
That is the new name.
It's like Shin Megami Tensei backwards.
Right.
SMT, TMS. I like that. All right.
We're good now?
Yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to know.
New Paper Mario for Wii U confirmed. This looks
Great.
brilliant.
Nothing original.
It looks fucking good. And because you made me give the name of that game that doesn't matter, I'm going to give you the name of a game that does matter. It's called Paper Mario.
Wii U?
No, they got away from that. It's called Paper Mario Color Splash.
Paper Mario U.
Color Splash. It looks fucking good.
I like the name of this next game.
Yeah, is this what it's called?
I like how you've written this out too.
So there's a new art academy. It's a Disney art academy that's coming to the 3DS. Will let you draw all of your favorite Disney characters
on your 3DS.
Yes,
right, but drawn. You wrote drawn. Learn how to draw Disney characters
Fun
on
fact,
your 3DS.
I didn't
with
write
this game.
any of these.
Learn how to draw Disney characters on your 3DS with this game.
These are all.
game?
This is the recap from GameSpot.
Oh God.
Bravely second beta will arrive early to Best Buy.
And you got that this morning because I sent you mine.
Yeah, it's to anyone who's in the Gamer Unlocked Elite, whatever that's called.
Yeah. Greatest deal for gamers ever.
Hyrule Warriors 3DS date confirmed with new character DLC revealed. Monster Hunter X confirmed for US, gets new name.
Is it Monster Hunter U?
Let's see what the new name is.
Guessing your fucking names.
I don't know, because it says gets a new name. I'm curious as to what it is.
The new name for Monster Hunter is Monster Hunter Generations.
Generations, I like it better.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nintendo, they
Monster
think
Hunter X in Japan. It's Monster Hunter Generations here.
Nintendo, God bless them for just renaming something and trying to hype it up as something new.
Bring it west. Give it a new name.
Right.
Mm-hmm. What do we got next? Is there more?
Yeah,
More
there
stories?
is, but I'm going to go ahead and look for the name before Matt fucking stops me and asks me.
Oh, my God.
Thanks.
See, Matt, we told you talk.
I'm not talking. I'm just asking
I
questions.
mean, in fairness, I said if you have questions, stop me.
You
Yeah.
did. You notice how I had no questions? You're like that kid in class who raises his hand every fucking 10 seconds.
Yeah.
That was you, wasn't it?
I like to know stuff. The more information I get, the more prepared I am for later.
Okay.
Okay.
So are you prepared for later?
I don't know. Is there a test?
And are you prepared for the fucking
There's
title
not
of this
a
game?
test.
Yeah, let's have it.
Metroid Prime Federation Force will include a Samus cameo. This is the game that they showed off at their E3 that everybody was pissed about.
Was anybody... Did anybody think there was going to be a Metroid game without Samus in it?
I mean, it's because this game doesn't really... This is like a party game.
Yeah, it's not a Metroid. It's not a true Metroid game.
It still has Metroid in the title.
And there is a new Kirby game coming to 3DS. Matt.
Yep. What's it called?
It's called Kirby Planet Robot.
That's a good-ass name.
Robobot.
Robobot?
If the story can be believed, it's Robobot.
Robobot.
Giant robots on a planet with Kirby. I like that.
Robobot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, new amiibos are launching with that. New Kirby-themed amiibos will be launching with that game.
Yeehaw.
Yeah. The game also includes a 4-player boss battle mode called Kirby Clash,
Woo!
where you can partner with friends and take down the game's biggest bosses and earn trophies.
So I'm talking about.
Trophies support Pop Nose PS4 trophies on the Wii U or 3DS. Robobot.
Go for it.
That's the Nintendo Direct recap,
Kirby Robobot.
which I think it happened yesterday. Or Friday. Yes, I think it's yesterday morning.
Sounds cool.
For
You might be
context, this
right.
is recorded Sunday morning. I think it happened Saturday
You
morning.
might be right.
Questions, comments, concerns?
Don't care about any of them.
No, wow.
None.
Throw
Well,
those stones from your glass house.
not a Nintendo guy. You know it. They have not done enough to make me happy again.
Did you not hear about the Monster
NX.
Hunter Generations?
I did. I did.
Did you not
more.
hear that Mario Maker is getting keys?
I did.
Or that you can learn to draw on Disney characters with your
I heard
3DS
that one.
with this game?
That one almost made me want to go out and buy a 3DS. No, I'm
Right.
kidding. It didn't.
Also, I didn't hear any apologies to me. Who didn't fucking
what?
write that?
Yeah, well, you still put it
Sorry,
on here and
Ryan.
you didn't proofread it.
You're right.
No,
Ryan,
I'm not
you didn't
correcting
read it.
anything anyone wrote because it's not supposed to be read just straight off the fucking paper.
Well, it was.
No, it didn't. I didn't say it. They would have never known had you guys not pointed it out.
Well, yeah.
Because what I said is there's a new Art Academy, Disney Art Academy, because that's the
Now,
name of the fucking game.
To be fair, Matt pointed it out first, and I just reiterated.
That doesn't make you less of an asshole. That makes Matt the first asshole.
No, but it makes me less guilty in the eyes of the law.
I'll get back to you on that. It's time for Gamestitch. Well, it's time for the official Gamestitch podcast. Newest segment, Gone But Not Forgotten, where we reach back in our gaming past, we dust off a title, and we regurgitate it for you. Something we think you should look into, play, or at least watch videos on because it was something special to us.
Yes.
Yep. You guys ready for this one?
Go.
All right. So back in 1982, a brilliant film came out from director Ridley Scott. It's called Blade Runner. In 1997,
I know
they put
what
out
you're
a
going to pull out. I know what you're pulling out. I love it.
Yeah, they put out a game on the PC. Virgin Interactive released Blade Runner on the PC. It is not a true sequel, and it's not a retelling of the movie. It is, you play a different character in the same universe after the events of the movie. It's still set in 2019 Los Angeles, but you play this guy Roy McCoy. And it
Good
just
fucking
further,
name.
Yeah, dude, it rhymes. It does everything it should, but it just it develops the Blade Runner universe further. It's just like a companion game to go with the movie that you already love. But it's just a point and click.
Roy McCoy.
Like, what's the word? It's like a point and click story, adventure, investigation, detective game.
Yep.
And it kind of led to games like Heavy Rain. And Murdered Soul Suspect. Like the idea of playing passively, not full-blown action, and it's more about the you as the gamer solving the story and the puzzle than it is about you having your handheld and just being dragged through a story while
Roy
you shoot your
McCoy's
gun.
got a sweet-ass trench coat on.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, through the whole game, too. And you can
Because
change his hairstyle in the menu.
Because all replicant hunters wear trench coats, man.
Right, you have to. Sometimes you are a replicant yourself and you never knew it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Unless someone keeps making origami unicorns.
Right. Well, it was such a good game. This was one of the first times that I played a game that wasn't a platformer, that wasn't like a traditional, like what
Video
you think
game.
of a video game. Yeah, it's such a good story, and you'll never find it anymore. You might be able to get like a download off Steam, maybe, but honestly, just go watch a playthrough of it on YouTube, because there's just something about it, and you'll see how it led to where passive games are now. It's such a great game. It also got nominated for Best Adventure Game by PC Gamer that year, and won Computer Game of the Year that year.
Yep.
So
It was, I remember. It looked gorgeous. I remember how good the rain particles were in that game, especially for that time period.
You think it holds up?
it's part of it. The voice acting does, for sure. The voice acting was incredible.
And the stylisticness of it, obviously the graphics don't. But the stylisticness of it, and
What about the trench coat physics? That's the part I'm probably most concerned with.
You know what though? There are new retro games that will probably look like this eventually, because it's all pre-rendered backgrounds, you know, with pre-rendered effects. Like it's not a terrible look, and the cutscenes were, you know, for the time they were really good. They were because I mean, this is around the same time as Resident Evil, so you're talking about, you know, a little bit better than what you would have got on console back then. But man, the voice acting is what really made that game sell, and it drew you in. Such a good game.
There you have it. Blade Runner for PC.
like it.
This week's Gone But Not Forgotten title. If you have suggestions for us, comments, concerns regarding this, be sure to use the hashtag GBNF when you tweet at @game_stitch.
That's right. Do it, bitches.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's right.
If you want to hit me up on Twitter, I'm at Podcast Ron. If you want to find Dan, he is at Tolhurst2002. And if you want to find Matt, he is at Podcast Matt. If you have questions for the show in general, not specific to Gone But Not Forgotten, use the hashtag GSPQ when tweeting at any of us or at Gamestitch. Dan.
Yeah.
We end each and every episode except for last week.
We ended one last week.
Kinda. With a segment we like to call One Final Thing with Uncle Dave.
My one final thing was I didn't have a final thing.
That's not a thing, though.
It's still a final thing. Mm-mm. Yes, it is. Semantics.
You have one this week.
Now we're going to argue semantics, so we're not going to... Yeah, I do. It's about dogs. I like dogs.
Mm-hmm.
I like dogs better than people. But I think one of the best things about dogs is... You know, it doesn't matter what, you can come home, you can go to them anytime, you can act like something great happened. And they get all excited, and, you know, they start celebrating too. Because all you have to do is act it. And I just think it's awesome. Dogs are always ready to party. That's what that tells me. They're always ready to go. Let's do it, yeah, let's go. Let's go out. They're like that friend, like that best friend you have that like always. You're talking about killing yourself, and he talks you up. He's like, no, fuck that. Let's go get beers. And you're like, yeah, it's a better idea. That's what your dog is. Your dog is that one best friend that always talks you up out of everywhere, especially when you're down. But yeah, they're always ready to party. They're always ready to go. Let's do this. Let's go there. What's our next adventure? Fucking
Man's
dogs.
best friend, dude. Man's best friend.
That's why they're so much better than people.
I love my dog for this very reason. You come home, you tell her how cool she is, and she tells you how cool she is, or you are, rather.
I love that I can tell my dog she's a fucking asshole, but I can say it in like the sweetest uplifting voice. And she like gets all excited and starts wagging her tail like we're going for a walk.
Yeah.
Like, no, I just called you a fucking asshole. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw, aren't you a sweet little fucking asshole? And she's all excited and wants to be pat. Fucking dogs.
You ever tried that with a human?
What's that?
You ever tried it with a human?
Yeah, it doesn't go over well.
Okay.
I've
Well, as long as you tried it.
I have. I'm actually going to tell a story. I've actually tried it with my wife before.
Maybe
I'm
not
like,
the person I would have tried on.
You know, she says, I'm like, oh, you're such a fucking idiot. And it doesn't have the same effect as it does with your dog.
Well, when it doesn't, grab the leash. Grab the leash and be like, try and go for a walk.
Yes,
Yeah.
that helps. You're right. That's
You can really break a dog down. Like, you can really cut them to the bone, and they are still very happy with you, too, which I really
it all
like.
depends on how, but it all
Right.
depends on how you say it.
You can be like, you fucking piece of shit, I hope you die. But if you're smiling, like, they are right there, dude. They love it.
Right, or
Yeah, I'll
petting
never
your-
do that to my dog, though.
I wouldn't.
Oh, man. I do it to Cece all the time.
No, I don't.
I never thought I would like having a dog until we became dog owners, and now I don't think I would know what to do without her. But part of it's for the mental abuse and anguish that I put her through. It makes me feel better.
Yeah, I don't do that to my dog.
My dog is only here to make me feel better.
I speak to my dogs as if they're humans.
But I can completely understand how that's a true statement for Matt. I totally understand that.
Like, part of it's the happiness. Like, I act excited, she acts excited. But part of it's like, if I really need to take something out on somebody, but you know, if I just say it nicely, like, I still get to vent a little bit, and she understands. She understands me 100%, and I love her for it.
Yeah, I speak to my dogs as if they comprehend way more than they do.
No,
Yeah.
I do that. I do that too.
Like, they'll be barking, open the door. I'm like, hey, guys, what are you doing?
Yeah.
All right, we're not supposed to be barking. We got neighbors. And they just
Right.
stare at me.
Yeah.
Right. What the hell
That's
are
how
you
I speak
barking
to
at?
them.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, that's what I do. I'm like, you not realize people are sleeping? Come on in here acting like a jerk like that.
Right?
And they come in, so I think maybe they got all the conversation instead of just the one word they know.
I scratch the dog on the butt, and I tell her, nobody loves you, and we all wish you would disappear.
Yeah,
And then I give her a hug.
It's not.
No, I have said the nobody loves you thing. Nobody.
Yeah.
I say nobody likes you.
Yeah.
I do that. I'm like, oh, yeah, nobody likes you.
No, not
Yeah.
me. Not me.
As long as you're doing something that they like, all is forgiven.
I think maybe they're smarter than we know, and they're just collecting data.
Probably.
Maybe.
I want to come out on top when they decide to make it a thing.
Wow.
That's fair.
Now, let me tell you something concerning that's happening.
Okay.
When we started this podcast, I had a mouse.
You don't anymore.
I have no idea where it's at.
That
Really?
happens.
Yeah, it's nowhere.
It's somewhere.
It's not in here.
Well, but it's somewhere. I promise.
All right, it's a good time to stop the podcast and start a search party. This has been episode 165 of the official Gamestitch Podcast. Thanks for joining us. Be sure to rate us on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, or whatever podcast service you listen to us on. Thanks for the support, and keep on listening.
Keep on keeping on.
I didn't want to go full dirt on them.
Keep on keeping on.
Life's a garden, dig it. Episode 165. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.